Now this is the type of film that my mother would say, well, nothing happens. And I would retort, everything happens. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Review, episode number 380, and the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is Sofia Coppola's Somewhere. Somewhere, as I said, is directed by Sofia Coppola, who has given us The Virgin Suicides, Lost in Translation, and Marie Antoinette. This film stars Stephen Dorff and Elle Fanning, the younger sister of Dakota Fanning. A few cameos here and there from some people, namely from a famous actor playing himself. I won't give that away though. Somewhere is a very quiet piece of filmmaking about this actor named Johnny Marco, played by Stephen Dorff, who's gotten really famous. He's shacked up and holed up in the Chateau Marmont, which is this famous hotel in Los Angeles. He has a younger daughter played by Elle Fanning that he hasn't seen in a while. She kind of comes from a broken home. He's kind of bored with the monotonous routine of celebrity life, staying in the hotel, parties with people that he doesn't really know, going to press junkets and things like that. He takes her in under his wing and they kind of roam the streets of Los Angeles together and go to Milan, and what ensues is a very quiet film about a man and his celebrity stardom, and I think it has a lot to say. Somewhere, it's a movie that opens with a very almost monotonous, repetitive sequence of Johnny Marco driving his Ferrari in an almost endless loop to nowhere. And by the end of this film, Johnny Marco is driving his Ferrari feverishly through the streets of Los Angeles and through a desert, only to stop and get out of the car, apparently going somewhere. And I think in the middle of those two bookends, everything kind of happens. Somewhere is the type of movie that I think, if you've seen Lost in Translation, if you've seen a film like The American that came out earlier this year with George Clooney, Wendy and Lucy, which is another movie I talk about a lot, if you've seen any of those three movies and you've loved all of those, you'll probably love Somewhere just as much as any of those films. If you haven't, though, I don't think that it's going to be any different. It is a very quiet, slow-paced film where somebody could easily say that not a lot happens or nothing happens, whereas another person can say that everything happens. And I think that if you look closer to everything that Sofia Coppola is offering you, the viewer, you'll see a lot of interesting things pop up within Stephen Dorff's character and Elle Fanning's character, and kind of the comment of celebrity life. I mean, Sofia Coppola herself grew up, I mean, she's the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola. She grew up on the set of The Godfather 3. She was a young girl in that, and she grew up in this Hollywood lifestyle, and I think it's kind of her most personal film that I've ever seen. I think it's probably her least accessible film from what I've seen of her. I haven't seen Marie Antoinette, but if you thought that Lost in Translation was a very kind of way too slow for you, or you thought like nothing happened in that movie, I think this is 10 times more that kind of a slow, quiet, mature film from Sofia Coppola. I absolutely love Somewhere, and it's definitely not a movie that's going to be for everybody, but for me, I think it's near perfect in my eyes. I think it's kind of masterful the way that everything kind of unfolds in the film, and even the repetitive scenes I think are kind of there to serve a purpose, and you know, I think one of my favorite things about this film is all the things that are left unsaid. There are so many scenes that have things that go on that don't necessarily end in a conclusive note, but it definitely makes you think nonetheless. I'm just going to say the text messages. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, you guys, I give Somewhere a very strong 4.5 out of 5. It could easily be pushed to a 5, probably with some repeated viewings, but I recommend it if you're into that type of film. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will be back tomorrow with another one for you.